Keeping Up with the Komets is brought to you in part by Pizza Now, home of quick pizzas, starting at just $7.99.
In Kamloops, great pizza doesn't have to slow you down or break the bank. At Pizza Now, quick pizzas start at just $7.99 for cheese or pepperoni, or go for a classic Hawaiian for only $12.99. Fast, fresh, ready when you are. Locally owned and proudly serving Kamloops. Pizza Now. Quick pizza, real value. Pizza Now.
The Komets coming into this week with their tails between their legs after a beatdown at the hands of the Blues. On this night, they meet the Blue Devil Hornets, who became the first Rec A team to beat a competitive team, taking down the Roosters in a 3-2 upset. Shots were 8-6 in the opening frame for the Komets. BDH netminder Chris Rowe makes a great stop on this Mike Bosa point shot. Then Sean Thompson springs Carter Grice, who's in all alone, but again Rowe with the left pad save to keep it scoreless after the first. In the second, BDH gets a partial break. Keelan Schneider gets behind Bosa, but Andrew Snetzinger saves his D-man. Bosa goes to the box for the hooking call. Nothing for BDH on that power play. Bosa makes up for the penalty with a great defensive play on BDH leading scorer Lee McKinnon. But it's the Blue Devil Hornets who get the icebreaker.
Boudreau back to the point shot, scores! Boudreau gets a piece on the flyby. It's 1-0 BDH.
Later in the second, Jeff Andreas scores his second of the year to make it a 1-1 game. Anyone's game going to the third. McKinnon gave BDH the lead again, 2-1, a minute and a half into the third, but the Komets fight back a minute later.
Bosa at the point, he's gonna wind up, no, flicks towards the net, ball comes loose, scores! Tony Tallarico is second of the year. It's a tie game again, 2-2.
The Komets grab the momentum after that tying goal. The Sean Thompson, Jeff Andreas, and Matt Klassen line putting the heat on, and they get rewarded.
Hull's shot gets blocked, but it's right to T-Bone, scores! What a bullet from Sean Thompson, and the Komets with their first lead of the game with under 7 minutes to go.
The Komets D-Corps shut it down the rest of the way, and they hold on for the 3-2 win over BDH to bounce back for their second win of the season.
Good win. Good team to play against. Just a note, these guys beat a D-level team. Okay, and I know they're missing a couple other good guys tonight, but it didn't change the fact that they're still a good hockey squad, and they did well against the D team, so that's just good for us. Other than that, we played a great game. No qualms on our end here. Back when we needed to, forward needed where we needed to be. It was good. So player of the game today, I just want to remind you guys that this is voted on, so if you get picked, just be happy and accept it, right? I get it. Sometimes you don't think you deserve it or whatever the case may be, but guys are watching, paying attention, and we're actually picking. So you get it for a reason, all right? And it's the second time getting it. He pours his heart out every game. So the Pizza Now player of the game is Craig Calder.
Thanks, guys. Good win, especially after last week. That was a tough one to lose, and I think we bounced back pretty well there, and especially we went behind. We didn't give up. We fought back. We came back into it, and then we played smart at the end to win it. So, hell of a game. Let's move on to the next one. Thank you, Pizza Now.
The Komets move up one spot to third in the Rec A standings, a point ahead of the Ball Hogs. BDH remains in second despite the loss. Tough week for them with 2 games in 3 nights. The Blues also a winner against competitive D team, the Trashers 8-5 in first place with the best goal differential in the league.
Right here in the heart of Kamloops, your all-in-one hub for movement, recovery, and results. Welcome to TCSC Kamloops. With 2 state-of-the-art gyms, personalized coaching, group classes, and 6 integrated clinic spaces, we're here for every step of your journey. TCSC Kamloops. Just show up. and we'll help you take it from there.
The Komets feeling relaxed and confident after getting back in the win column. However, around the corner was their first game against a competitive team, the North Stars, who entered the game without a win.
We got the North Stars tonight. They got a full squad. They're 0-6. They're a D division team. So what do you think they're going to want to do tonight? Right? They're going to come at us pretty hard. So let's just give it back and let's give them an 0-7 record. All right, boys. It's our game tonight.
The game against the D Division North Stars is part of a new format this season, with top rec teams in the A Division facing stiffer competition to try and even the playing field.
It was a lopsided year in the rec division in 2025, with a clear divide between the top and bottom teams. This year's A teams went 27-1 over the B teams, outscoring them 251-63. That's an average of 9-2 per game. Only the Devils were able to win one, taking out the undermanned Blues.
Over the last few years, there was a clear divide in the rec division. 4 teams kind of separated themselves from the rest of the pack. So league directors kind of thought, why not give these top 4 teams a crack at the D division competitive teams to see if we can compete with them. They're going to be very hard games because they're young and they're fast. But it's just an experiment. We'll see how it goes.
So far this season, there have been some big wins for the competitive teams, but already the rec teams are 500 with 3 wins and 3 losses.
One of the things that we had talked about earlier on is that there was it didn't feel like there was a positive out of this for us because we're expected to win. So you beat a rec team or whatever, but I don't really feel that way anymore because we see how good some of these rec teams are now. The league's getting really, really good, especially at the A level.
For some of the D teams, it's a welcome change after years of playing against the talented A and B teams that often smoke them every game.
At least in close games. You know, that's why we're here. We're here to kind of compete, and when you're overmatched, it's not much fun. So we're just hoping for more of a level playing field.
I mean, I've chatted with a lot of the D teams. I have friends who play up there, and they are. I mean, it's a challenge for them when they have to play teams that are like above them, and like the gap in skill is very large at between those levels. So they're kind of welcoming it. I mean, obviously we're co-ed, which brings its own set of challenges when you're moving up to comp teams that aren't co-ed and whatnot. And that seems to be the concern that I'm hearing back from their levels. But I mean, the game we had, it was a fair game. There was no difference in the play I would expect. It was competitive, it was fast-paced, it was exactly what we expected.
For the Komets, they view the competitive schedule as a good thing as they look towards redemption in the Rec A playoffs.
For us in particular, I think it's really going to help us get ready for the big games at the end of the season, the playoff games. I don't think anyone in this room is really particularly happy with how things ended last year for us. So the way I view it is it's going to give us some really good competition that's going to prepare us for those big games down the road.
For players like Sean Janot, who's gearing up for nationals, then the World Ball Hockey Championships in Czechia later this summer, better competition will help him ramp up his game.
As a player that's, I've been doing this for a long time, those games, playing young guys that can really move and run, is really going to challenge us, to use our intelligence and our guile, I guess, out there. And yeah, I'm looking forward to that. I think it's going to be a good test.
Good pace to the game early on and some physicality. The D Division Stars open the scoring on a nice feed to Dylan Lewson, and the men in green and gold get off to the start they want. It almost goes to 2-0 shortly after, if not for heroics by Kyle Kuzik, who bats the ball off the line to keep it a 1-goal game. Snetzinger makes a stop here on a streaking Devin Grant. Meanwhile, the Komets had their looks in the first, but couldn't get one by North Stars goalie Chad Lindsay. Komets down 1-0 going to the second. Glenn Farrow, who had some chances throughout, gets one here. The Komets then get rewarded with their first on a heroic hustle play by Nathan Hall.
Hall barges to the net, shot, rebound, scores! Sean Janot gets the last touch, but it's all thanks to the work of Nathan Hall to tie it up again.
The goal sparks the Komets. Craig Calder takes a rip, and it just about gets by Lindsay. Janot then trying to return the favor to Hall, who just misses. The Komets outshot the Stars 10-2 in the second period. It stays 1-1. The Komets keep the heat on in the third, wearing the Stars down. Janot and Jeff Andreas score 2 in 20 seconds to put them up 3-1. Janot then, with his hat-trick goal to nearly seal it,
T-Bone in front, loses it, but he's still on after it, chasing it down. There's Gino, scores! That's 3! It's the hat-trick goal for the Sheriff, and the Komets have a 3-goal lead.
the Komets win it by 3, 5-2 over the North Stars in their first game against a competitive team this season. Rec A teams now 4-3 against competitive teams.
Yeah, guys, great game. I mean, it couldn't have worked out any better. We didn't change our game plan, stuck to it, 5-2. Not going to say by any stretch an easy win, but a good win on our behalf. We just do player of the game. The Pizza Now player of the game got a hat trick tonight. Sean Janot.
Just a great game, guys, right from start to finish. I mean, the effort was, top notch all the way. So I was really, really proud of this group for our first game against a competitive team. We did really well out there and showed that we can play with those guys. So good job, everyone. 10-day break and then back at it next week. So good job, fellas.
The Komets move up to second place with the win over the North Stars, who themselves had a tough week. They were also defeated by the Ball Hogs 7-5. It was the second of back-to-back games for the Hogs, who gave up a 3-goal third-period lead against the Blues the night before, losing 8-6. The Blues atop the Rec A standings with 3 wins and 2 losses. The standings are tight, though, with only 1 point separating each team heading into Week 6 of the season.